evened out here. Only 1 Immortal, 8 Stalkers, and 6 Sentries on the map for Huk as his ground army. Now even Raven out for MVP. Gonna deny a lot of those Stalker shots as soon as he can, and Huk still does not see this base. That is absolutely crucial. I wonder where his observer is right now. I guess it's in the middle of the map, and still did not scout this base. Huk usually has such great game sense. I don't know how old this game is. Huk actually improved a lot in the past few months. And now that third base is saturated, you can see 60 to 57 harvesters. The income favoring the Terran player now because of those mules again. A lone marauder making his way across the map, taking control of the watchtower, but 3 stalkers will be able to chase him away. And still this probe been chilling up here for an eternity. Now a lot of void rays out for Huk. We don't see this very often by Huk. A mass void ray play, not something you actually see very often by any Protoss, because, well, Marines just deny void rays so effectively, but not many Marines on the field for MVP. You can see only a handful, 20. That is not the number you want at this point. These medevacs will try and escape. Will these void rays be able to deny it? Yes, Huk cleans that up, so huge victory here. Now supplies is still evened up. Huk actually pulling ahead here, warping in another round of units. These void rays are going to start just hacking away at these production facilities. If MVP cannot loses a few of these production facilities, he will be in terrible trouble. Now these void rays all actually charged up, picking away at these Marines so efficiently. 1 auto turret even going down. These Vikings need to kite these Marines. MVP will need absolutely great control to actually deal with this. And 1 void ray very low. I think MVP should actually target it down. Still, these void rays doing huge damage in the main base of MVP. And with all that, Huk still does not know about this base. So Huk trying to pressure the front. He sees there are a lot of tanks and units up here. Now this hero void ray has been at 21 health forever now. So he has definitely stayed alive, overstayed his welcome. He has done a lot more damage than he should, and now 2 more void rays in Huk and MVP's main base, still wreaking havoc in here. These stalkers blinking up. This marauder on the low ground, immortal on the low ground, doing some damage, and Huk now will be chased away with still in the main base, not doing much. These marauders running after these stalkers at least. 1 Marine, still no anti-air for MVP. Finally getting that void ray count down to 3. So these void rays did huge damage in the main base. Now they will retreat. And you can see the supply now favoring Huk by a lot. 92 to 120. That is the amount of damage that Huk actually did here. And you can see the workers killed, 31 to 4 workers killed, and 52 to 67 harvesters. So that did do a lot of damage. He killed a lot of workers, even killed a factory, a lot of Marines, and actually harassed quite a bit. And only, I wonder how many tanks, only 4 tanks, 3 Vikings, 7 Marauders, 13 Marines for MVP. He is going to try and go for that gold base. He will take down this pylon, but these few void rays might actually be able to take this down if he's not careful. These tanks pushing forwards, but where are the Marines? Quite far away. This expansion will actually go down, so nice victory here. Now these void rays are all charged up. He will be able to pick off the 2-3 tanks and a lot of Marines before losing these void rays. So good exchange here by Huk. These void rays had no chance of running away, so might as well. Finally Huk sees this expansion. Now he knows what's been going on for the entire game and forces it to lift up and go away. So MVP in a lot of trouble here now. 149 to 86. I think MVP knows it. He will gear up for one last push before he GG's out of here. Will salvage this bunker to make a lot more. No, he actually goes for a command center. So he will try and play catch up, landing this third base on the top left side, top right side, sorry. of the map and trying to get the gold base. Huk, as soon as this gold base finishes, actually could well push in here and just ravage this army. There aren't any more tanks out on the field, so actually 2 carriers here by Huk. That is great. How often do you see carriers? There are enough Marines though to kill all those interceptors, so I wonder how effective this might be. I wonder if Huk is actually just playing around with this game and now trying to harass with these Blink Stalkers. Not going to do much. This pylon's still up here. If Huk actually decides to scout with the probe up here that's been chilling forever, since about the 2-minute mark, he will be able to warp in a few zealots and harass his base. Huk now moving out with a lot of charge lots and these 2 carriers. These 2 carriers are actually going to head for the main base while this army sticks to the edge of Huk's base, I guess. Not deciding a lot of Vikings here, so these carriers won't do much. I wonder if it was even wise for him to get it. Still no mothership for Huk. I would love to see a mothership. He does have the tech for it, so why not? Now, not too much. He actually has High Templars on the field, 5 of them, waiting to get enough energy to charge. Now 1 DT harassing this base. A scan takes care of that easily, and Huk moving forward while the army is up here. 2 more zealots still harassing that base, but now with all these zealots and stalkers and immortals and high templars, even the 2 carriers, this will be a huge engagement. MVP will be forced to actually retreat, and this planetary fortress not done morphing in yet. A lot of Vikings going down before they can handle these carriers. That is not good for MVP, but these carriers not doing anything else. Nice storm going on this bio army, and Huk might actually push this back because of the storms. 1 storm remaining. Now the Archon will morph in, and that planetary fortress's days are short-lived. These carriers are just shooting interceptors everywhere. No more Marines on the field for MVP. So this planetary will go down. There it goes. And only 1 base left for MVP. 1.5, I guess. He's mining from this one, not mining from this one. He's now flying it to the gold base. He absolutely needs that income. And that was actually well played by MVP, because you actually see he's 90 to 126 supply, and earlier he was 92 to 120 something, so he did stay, at least he didn't lose yet, but Huk still in a commanding lead. You can see MVP distance mining for now, waiting for this orbital to actually land. Now these carriers are still alive. They have a few interceptors in them. They will pick off these refineries just so that MVP does not have vision there. And I wonder what is MVP's plan at this point. Still making Marauders, Marines, and Vikings. Maybe he should actually go for battle cruisers just to counter these. They won't do much, but at least it would be cool to see. But I guess MVP really still wants to win this game. Actually, 2 ghosts out will be very useful to deplete the shields of at least the immortals and the carriers, I guess. The interceptors will be that weaker to the Marines. Not many Marines on the field, only 24. And I still can't believe that MVP is still in this game. Actually catching up in supply, 131 to 156. Huk has 3 shield upgrade, not actually going for the weapons upgrade. I guess he really knew that he was going for carriers and void rays, so decided to upgrade the thing that affected all units. He actually has +2 for air, so all these interceptors doing +2 damage. That is a huge boost to the damage. And since there are, I think, 6 or 8 interceptors in a carrier, I don't actually know, because I never see carriers in a game. How often do you see Protoss player go for carriers? Now Huk is already maxed. He should be pushing out soon enough. He will be placing also cannons everywhere. Thermal lance on, no, not thermal lance, actually warp prism speed and observer speed. Talk about useless upgrades. I wonder if he's actually gonna make use of some warp prisms and observer speeds. And now 1 storm completely missing the biome army. If MVP absolutely needs to EMP these Templars. Now, one drop, you can see that Warp Prison actually moving quite fast. 4 High Templars in here. Huk trying, almost dropping the main, but I guess he decides that there shouldn't be anything left here, and indeed there is nothing left, so High Templars wouldn't do much in the main base. Now deciding to retreat and just bank up minerals. Still no mothership for Huk. That's a shame because he does have enough money. I guess he could pick off a few zealots and build a mothership, chrono boost it out. Now that gold base is up and running for MVP, so you can see that income actually skyrocketing, almost even to Huk's. Huk on now mining only from 2 bases, but he actually does not need any more minerals. I wonder where the forge is, if he's still upgrading. There he starts upgrading now, as I say it, now trying to take the gold base, banking up all those resources, just waiting for MVP to max out. I think Huk is just enjoying himself in this game, not trying to win, since this is an exhibition map, I guess they can just play around. He knows he already won this game in spirit at least, so he will give MVP a chance to max out and engage this army. So we will see a epic engagement here. Now both armies are maxed, and they will engage. Only 2 ghosts in this army, so not many EMPs. These storms could actually do huge damage. The Vikings need to deal with the carriers. A lot of carriers are 7 carriers, 6 now. 1 does go down. A lot of Vikings should be able to one-shot these carriers actually. And a great storm putting all this bio in the red. And nice EMP on the Immortal, depleting all that shield. And these carriers just dropping like flies to the Vikings. He needs to actually target fire those, but the bio melting away to all these storms and that ground army, and a fair trade here for these 2 players. 3 carriers remain, no Vikings left, so Huk will actually be able to clean this up. A few Marines and Vikings going to be able to clean up the rest of these carriers. One might actually escape on the high ledge here. It does, and it will replenish its shields. No, the Vikings decide to chase it, but they will soon die. These Marines might stim to actually try and catch them, and it does get away. These interceptors still doing a lot of damage, and now we will see who is able to remax. Huk at 132, MVP at 103. What an epic game here. I feel like Huk did, I believe, just want this game to continue to give a good show, because he obviously won that game a lot earlier, and if this was a tournament play, I believe he would have ended it a lot earlier. But anyways, giving us a good map, a good match, always appreciated. And that final carrier does go down. Now Archon's on the field, a lot of zealots. Huk actually using up almost all his minerals and all his resources here. A low bio army, all in the red, will engage some zealots with charge, but won't do much. And now 148, 292. I wonder when Huk will decide to give out the final blow. Still 2 more carriers. Huk still producing carriers and no mothership on the field. That is a shame. Now the first Colossus actually is going to make its way on the field. I wonder where it is. It is coming out from this this robotics facility. It is now supporting this zealot army. This Archon looking like the king, surrounded by his zealot minions, and this game has been going on forever now. Huk morphing in more High Templars just for Storm, and then more Archons. His 3rd base now depleted, his 4th base getting depleted.